These machines didn't just work the land, they changed agriculture forever. Between 1960 and 1980, tractor engineering went through a revolution so powerful that some of these iron giants are still running today, decades after they rolled off the factory floor. Farmers swore by them, engineers studied them, and collectors now pay serious money to restore them. From the rolling fields of Iowa to the wheat plains of England, these tractors defined an era. If you think modern farming is impressive, wait until you see what these legendary machines could do. Here are 10 of the most iconic tractors from 1960 to 1980. Number 1. John Deere 4020. Let's kick things off with arguably the most beloved tractor ever built in North America, the John Deere 4020. Introduced in 1963 as part of John Deere's new generation lineup, the 4020 became the best-selling row crop tractor of its era and set the benchmark for everything that came after it. Under the hood, the 4020 came equipped with a 6-cylinder engine producing around 91 PTO horsepower, which was a serious amount of power for the early 1960s. But raw power wasn't what made the 4020 legendary. It was the combination of power, reliability, and innovation. John Deere introduced power shift transmission on the 4020 in 1968, an 8-speed transmission that allowed farmers to shift gears without clutching. That was genuinely revolutionary. You could change gears on the go, at full load, without stopping. That kind of convenience was unheard of at the time. The 4020 also featured operator comfort improvements far ahead of its competition. The SoundGuard body cab, introduced later in the model run, gave operators a quieter, safer workspace. Over its production life, John Deere sold more than 165,000 units of the 4020, and today it remains one of the most collected and restored tractors in North America. If you ever attend a vintage tractor show, there's nearly a 100% chance you'll spot at least one. Number 2. Ford 8000. When Ford launched the 8000 in 1968, it signaled that the company was serious about competing at the top end of the horsepower race. The Ford 8000 was powered by a 401 cubic inch, 6.6-liter inline 6-cylinder diesel engine, producing approximately 105 PTO horsepower, making it one of the most powerful two-wheel drive tractors available when it launched. Ford designed the 8000 with large-scale commercial farming in mind. Its 10-speed Selecto-speed transmission gave operators precise control across a wide range of speeds and tasks. The tractor was particularly popular in the grain belt of the Midwest and in the UK, where Ford had a strong agricultural following. However, the 8000 wasn't without its early troubles. The Selecto-speed transmission gained a reputation for being temperamental if not properly maintained, and some early units suffered reliability issues. Ford addressed these concerns over the model's production life, and the tractor eventually earned a solid reputation. Today, the Ford 8000 is remembered as a landmark machine, the tractor that showed Ford could play in the big horsepower game. Number 3. Massey Ferguson 135. Few tractors have achieved the near-universal affection that surrounds the Massey Ferguson 135. Built from 1964 to 1975, this compact workhorse became one of the best-selling tractors in the United Kingdom and was hugely popular across Europe, Australia, and North America. The MF135 was powered by a Perkins A 3.1523-cylinder diesel engine, producing around 45 horsepower. It wasn't a powerhouse, but it was efficient, incredibly reliable, and perfectly sized for the mixed farming operations common across Britain and Europe at the time. The tractor's simple, sturdy construction meant that breakdowns were rare and repairs were easy. Two things farmers valued above almost anything else. The MF135 also featured Massey Ferguson's multi-power transmission, which offered 12 forward speeds and allowed on-the-go speed changes under load. Combined with the tractor's excellent hydraulic system and intuitive controls, the 135 became a favorite for everything from plowing and cultivation to loader work and haymaking. In the UK especially, the MF135 became a cultural icon. It's the kind of tractor your grandfather likely drove, and it's the first tractor many seasoned British farmers ever operated. Today, well-restored examples are among the most sought-after vintage tractors at shows across the UK and Ireland. Number 4. International Harvester 1066. International Harvester hit a home run with the 1066, released as part of their 66 series in 1971. This tractor represented a major step forward in horsepower for IH, producing 125 PTO horsepower from a turbocharged DT4 14-6-cylinder diesel engine. The 1066 arrived at a time when American farmers were pushing their operations to new scales. Bigger fields, bigger equipment, bigger ambitions. The 1066 answered that call. Its torque amplifier transmission gave operators the ability to shift under load, a feature that proved invaluable when working in variable field conditions. One of the 1066's most distinctive features was its cab. International Harvester's Control Center cab was designed with ergonomics in mind, centralizing all controls around the operator for maximum efficiency. The cab was also quieter than many of its contemporaries, reducing fatigue during long working days. The 1066 proved especially popular in the corn and soybean regions of the American Midwest, where its combination of horsepower, reliability, and feature set made it a top seller throughout the early and mid-1970s. Its red livery became a familiar sight on farms across multiple states. Collectors today particularly prize 1066 tractors fitted with the cab and dual rear wheels. Number 5. Minneapolis Molin G1000. Minneapolis Molin might not be a household name today, but during the 1960s, they were building some of the most forward-thinking tractors in America. The G1000, introduced in 1965, was a prime example of their engineering ambition. The G1000 was powered by a 504 cubic inch 6-cylinder gasoline or LP gas engine, producing approximately 100 PTO horsepower. What set the G1000 apart was its sheer size and presence. This was a big, heavy, muscular tractor that commanded attention. Minneapolis Molin also offered a turbocharged version called the G1000 Vista, which pushed power figures higher and came with an eye-level cab that gave operators excellent visibility over the hood. The Vista cab was genuinely innovative. At a time when most tractors were completely open or offered basic canopies, the G1000 Vista's enclosed cab with its elevated sightline was a significant comfort upgrade. Minneapolis Molin positioned the G1000 as a premium product, and it carried a price tag to match. While it never achieved the sales volumes of John Deere or IH, the G1000 has earned a devoted collector following thanks to its striking prairie gold and white paint scheme and its landmark engineering features. Number 6. Deutz D 13006. Germany's Deutz earned a global reputation in the 1960s and 1970s for one thing above almost all others: air-cooled diesel engines. While most tractor manufacturers relied on liquid-cooled engines, Deutz committed to air cooling, a design philosophy that offered distinct advantages in terms of simplicity, durability, and cold weather performance. The Deutz D 13006, introduced in 1972, was one of the flagship products of this era. It was powered by an air-cooled 6-cylinder diesel engine producing 130 horsepower. The absence of a liquid cooling system meant no radiator to leak, no coolant to freeze, and fewer points of failure in demanding conditions. For farmers in harsh European climates, this was a compelling argument. The D 13006 also featured a robust hydraulic system and a wide range of transmission options to suit different farming applications. Deutz tractors of this era were exported widely across Europe and beyond, establishing the brand as a serious global player. The green and gray color scheme became synonymous with German engineering precision. Today, vintage Deutz tractors with air-cooled engines attract enthusiasts who appreciate their mechanical elegance and distinctive sound, a dry, clatter-like exhaust note that is completely unlike anything produced by a liquid-cooled diesel. Number 7. Fendt Favorit 4S4. Fendt is a name that carries enormous prestige in European agricultural circles today, but the brand's roots go back to a small Bavarian engineering workshop. The Favorit 4S, produced from 1962 to 1967, was an early indicator of the engineering philosophy that would eventually make Fendt one of the world's most respected tractor manufacturers. The Favorit 4S was powered by a MWM 4-cylinder diesel engine, producing around 40 horsepower. What made it notable was its engineering refinement. Fendt focused intensely on the quality of the driving experience, smooth power delivery, precise hydraulics, and a well-designed operator interface. The tractor was particularly popular in hilly, mixed-use farming regions of Germany and Austria. where its maneuverability and control were valued over raw power. Fendt also made early investments in operator comfort, a theme that would define the brand for decades to come. The Favorit 4S may look modest compared to Fendt's modern behemoths, but it represents the beginning of a tradition of excellence that continues to this day. Surviving examples are rare and highly prized by European vintage tractor collectors. Number 8. Steiger Panther. When you wanted the most powerful, most capable tractor money could buy in the early 1970s, you called Steiger. Based in Fargo, North Dakota, Steiger Engineering built articulated four-wheel drive tractors for the most demanding farming operations on the continent, the massive wheat and corn farms of the American and Canadian Great Plains. The Steiger Panther, introduced in 1969, represented the cutting edge of large-scale agricultural power. The Panther was offered with various engine options from manufacturers including Cummins and Detroit Diesel, with horsepower ranging from around 270 to over 300 horsepower, depending on specification. These were enormous machines, articulated in the middle for maneuverability, four-wheel drive for traction in every condition, and capable of pulling massive tillage and planting implements that smaller tractors could only dream of. Steiger's machines were painted in a distinctive lime green color, and the company named their tractors after big cats: panther, tiger, lion, cougar, befitting their ferocious work capacity. The Panther became a symbol of large-scale farming ambition during the 1970s agricultural boom. Steiger was eventually acquired by Case Corporation in 1986, but the legacy of those lime green giants lives on among collectors and working farms alike. Number 9. David Brown 990 Emblematic. Before Case acquired David Brown in 1972, the Yorkshire-based manufacturer was producing tractors that punched well above their weight in terms of engineering quality. The 990 Emblematic, built from 1961 to 1965, is one of the most celebrated David Brown models of the era. The 990 was powered by a four-cylinder diesel engine, producing around 45 horsepower. Its defining feature was the Emblematic hydraulic system, an advanced draft control and position control system that gave farmers precise management over mounted implements. The Emblematic system was among the most sophisticated hydraulic control systems available on a mainstream tractor during the early 1960s, and it gave the David Brown 990 a significant edge over competitors when it came to working with plows, cultivators, and other soil-engaging tools. The tractor's build quality was exceptional. David Brown machines were known for their robust construction and attention to engineering detail. The 990 wore the brand's distinctive chocolate brown and white color scheme, which has since become iconic among vintage enthusiasts. In the UK, the David Brown 990 Emblematic is regarded as one of the definitive tractors of its generation, a machine that delivered serious capability in a sensible, well-engineered package. Number 10. Allis-Chalmers 7080. We close our list with a genuine American powerhouse from the mid-1970s. The Allis-Chalmers 7080 was introduced in 1973 as the flagship of the company's 7000 series, and it arrived with serious credentials. Powered by an Allis-Chalmers 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine, the 7080 produced approximately 156 PTO horsepower, placing it firmly in the upper echelon of two-wheel drive tractors available at the time. The 7080 featured a 20-speed, partially power-shift transmission that gave operators a wide range of speed options for different tasks and load conditions. Its hydraulic system was capable and well-matched to the large implements that this level of horsepower demanded. Allis-Chalmers designed the 7080 to compete directly with John Deere's top-line offerings and International Harvester's flagship models, and on paper, it did so convincingly. The tractor wore Allis-Chalmers Persian orange paint, a color that had become synonymous with the brand since the 1920s and that made their machines unmistakable in any field. The 7080 was popular with large-scale grain and row crop farmers across the Midwest, and it represents one of the high watermarks of Allis-Chalmers' engineering ambition before the company's agricultural division was eventually sold to Deutz in 1985. The 7080 is a reminder that Allis-Chalmers, at its peak, was building tractors that could stand toe-to-toe with anyone in the world. And there you have it, 10 of the most iconic tractors built between 1960 and 1980, machines that transformed agriculture and defined an era of farming. From the universally beloved John Deere 4020 to the raw power of the Steiger Panther, from the refined hydraulics of the David Brown 990 to the air-cooled engineering genius of Deutz, each of these tractors tells a story about what farmers needed and what engineers delivered during one of the most dynamic periods in agricultural history. These weren't just tools. They were the result of serious engineering effort, manufacturing ambition, and a deep understanding of what it means to work the land day after day, season after season. Many of them are still running today, a testament to the quality that went into building them. If you found value in this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss more content on the machines, the history, and the stories behind agricultural innovation. Drop a comment below and let us know which of these tractors you think deserves the top spot, or tell us about a legendary machine we missed. We'd love to hear from you.